good day or good evening, whatever time it is at the time you're watching this video. I'm going to rub in my anointing oil as I sit here and talk to you guys. First, before we get started, there were some things brought up in meditation before I started sitting down to do this reading for today. Some things came through, and I felt that they needed to be noted here at the top before we get started with the cards. And first and foremost, I brought it to Spirit, the question of what they want to bring through for this message today. And they said that they wanted to tap into your guides and see what your guides want you to know for this reading. And so right after that is when everything started coming through within the meditation. So the first thing that came through was the character of a short story, and the character's name is Rip Van Winkle. And I believe that is the dude who slept for like 20 years and like missed an entire revolution when he woke up. So I don't know if maybe you've been sleeping a lot lately, or maybe you've just been tired or sleepy. But yeah, Rip Van Winkle, maybe that specific character has some meaning to you. The next thing that came out was frogs. And specifically having a frog in the throat, which kind of leads me to maybe some throat chakra things. The next thing that came through was an empty fortune cookie. And the fact that when you crack open a fortune cookie and it's empty, it tends to be believed that it is a good omen. It's like good luck. It's like something lucky for you. And the last thing that came through is melted candle wax, specifically on things that you wouldn't expect to find melted candle wax on. So yeah, I know that seems pretty random, but maybe it's not. Maybe that is just very specific for you. I was guided to first start this message off with the beautiful inner child oracles. And I will go ahead and try in my videos from now on to start listing the cards that I use in my videos, because I know a lot of you want to know what the cards are called, who and by who. So keep an eye out in the description. I will definitely make an effort to list all of the cards that are used. But these are the ones that I was guided to use first. So we're going to go ahead and pull a couple of these and get started and see what messages your guides are trying to bring through for you today. Get two of those. Let's go ahead and see what we have here. We have You Are Worthy, card number 40. You are worth it all, my love. Which I think is freaking crazy that this card came out, and here's why. Because I just posted something, if I remember correctly, in my community. I can't remember if it was like a day or two ago, but it was a Splenda packet, and it said something along these lines. You're worth it, or something like that. So I think that's really cool that this card came out. You are worthy, you're worth it all, my love. So maybe you have seen that post over in the community. And the next card that came out is Get Lost. Card number 15, Fall Deep into the Realm of Imagination. That low-key kind of takes me back to that Rip Van Winkle there at the top, where like he literally gets lost in some realm of sleepiness for like 20 years. And he misses like an entire American Revolution, I think is what the story is. And these words, fall deep, it's like fall deep asleep. It's quite interesting. And here in this instance, I'm being called to just go ahead and grab the book and read what these cards are speaking of within the book. And I'll go ahead and start with the You Are Worthy here. It says, everyone longs to be worthy. We work hard to find this worth in many different places, in accomplishments, in titles, in the eyes of another. But at the end of the day, all we truly have is the worth we attribute to ourselves. This is not to diminish the beautiful gifts that can be ours through our actions and relationships, but to say that if we do not find ourselves worthy first, we will continue to search for it elsewhere and never find satisfaction. And so this is your guides coming in with a very potent message and a reminder that no matter how accomplished you get or how many accomplishments you are chasing, your guides want you to remember exactly how worthy you truly are first, so that you're not spending erratic time trying to find satisfaction in outside authorities, is what I heard. Quite interesting. Satisfaction in outside authorities. With that, I'm really being led to not giving your power away to things and people outside of yourself in order to validate just exactly what your gifts and your achievements should be. It's very important to remember that you are worthy first and foremost, without any kind of outside validation for your worthiness. I'll go ahead and flip on over to this Get Lost card now. It says, have you ever gotten lost in your travels only to find an unknown treasure along the way? A treasure that could only be found if you had not known your way. As adults, we pride ourselves on knowing the way we should go and following it. But as children, the way we felt we should go was always the way we found ourselves to already be. There is magic in these lost places, for only when we do not know the way we are open enough for something unexpected to find us. If you have pulled this card, then it might be time to allow yourself to get a little lost. I find what it says in the book on this card quite interesting, because this past week, I actually came to this epiphany myself, where a lot of great things that are discovered on accident and very unexpectedly. Because if it hadn't been for that accident, you wouldn't have found a new solution, right? And so that's kind of coinciding with what this Get Lost card is all about. It's about allowing yourself to discover new things and new ways of doing things and new ways of thinking, which I think can also relate to that empty fortune cookie a little bit too, is not really having something written out before you, kind of like a blank canvas in a way, and giving yourself the opportunity to write your own script. Quite interesting. Interesting start here. Discovering things that you didn't even know you needed to discover is also coming through with that as well. I'm going to go ahead and hit up the energy cards now. And once again, I'll go ahead and list those in the description if you're interested in checking these cards out for yourself. But I was guided to pull a couple of these as well. Okay. They said that one too. We have card number 5 with attachment. Card number 9 with the broken heart. And we have card number 8 with indecision. These cards really fall in line with the first two that were out here on the table, with the you are worthy and this attachment, and realizing that you are worthy without all of the titles, without all of the acknowledgement. And there seems to be some kind of release in that regard. And I love the fact that indecision here came out too, because it coincides with the Get Lost. being at a crossroads and trying to find your way. And there's also a release there with not worrying too much about going the right way and allowing yourself the space to get a little lost, to kind of veer off the beaten paths, so to speak. You may have recently experienced this kind of energy here with the broken heart coming out right in the middle of this. And this very well could be why your guides were wanting to give you a message for today. And to remind you that you are worthy of everything. And I really feel them saying here with this broken heart is that sometimes things fall away because they are not in alignment with your soul's blueprint and your soul's path. And while these things may hurt us for some time, it will then feel like a vibe of being lost. But in that feeling of being lost, there is this circular motion here that leads back to showing you exactly what you are worthy of. And it will show you why these things that caused this broken heart ended up falling away and leaving you. And for this attachment card here, the title of it within the book says a perceived need and the choice to let go. For some reason, once again, I'm being called to just read out of the book what these cards are bringing to the table today. For the attachment, it goes on to say, this card reveals that your passage forward is being stopped by strong attachments to old patterns or people from the past, which very well could be this heartbreak energy here. The chain at your wrist here, you could see, I can pull it up a little closer. I record on my phone, so it's not the best. She has a chain there that's attached to a post. The chain at your wrist is bolted to fear from the past or desperation about the future. Although you may wear the mask of pretense or even contentment, you simply cannot seem to go forward. The stuff that's keeping you stuck could be physical addictions, old patterns, or even old relationships. Are you living in fear, addicted to old unhealthy habits, or so desperate about the future that you can't be happy right now? If so, the chain that binds you could be of your own making. This card is telling you that it's time to take the action you need to break out of your chains and move forward to an open, free, healthy, and authentically happy life. It takes some courage and effort to let go, but know that you are capable of doing it. Until you do, the difficult energy will just repeat itself, keeping you stuck. And I truly believe that reiterates these two cards that came out at the forefront with the You Are Worthy and the Get Lost card. And the mask that she's holding in her hand may very well be the things that were being talked about within this card as well, with the assurances and the affirmations that are coming from outside of yourself, and not being able to depend on your own true worthiness within. And I understand that when guides come through, it's not always, rainbows and unicorns. And so, while yes, this is more of a serious guidance here, I truly feel that this is a very important message for someone out there in the collective at this time. But coming into that worthiness, that self-worthiness, allows you to break the chains and to be able to get lost in the magic and get lost in discovering new things that you didn't even know needed to be discovered. And in doing that, this kind of heartbroken energy can begin to mend and begin to dissipate. And you can begin to feel lighter and more free, just like what this attachment card was talking about. Once those attachments are finally let go of, and you're able to find your freedom from that chain that binds you to that post there. I'm going to go ahead and move on to reading card number 9. And it's a broken heart. The title underneath says grief and loss. It says this card shows a heart broken open, revealing darkness, emptiness, and a grief-filled tear. Down here at the bottom. The hurt may be from long ago, or it may be the pain from a more recent event. Either way, a deep healing is called for now, which is exactly what I kind of hit on there right before I started reading this, and how this can be healed here. It goes on to say, vent your feelings and release the person or situation involved. Release it. Affirm that you are reclaiming your power and peace of mind. Right there. Open your heart to the light of the divine love and healing, and have compassion for yourself through this difficult process. Make self-care a priority now. As you let go of old experiences, you can open your heart to the true and abiding love that you so rightfully deserve. That's exactly it, right there. You rightfully deserve that for yourself, because you are worthy. You're worthy of this healing. And I'll go on and read the indecision. Under the title, it says, which choice to make? It says, this card marks the presence of 2 or more possible choices in your life. It shows you anxiously looking at 2 roads, wondering which would be the better choice. Yet you are standing still, feeling confused by the ups and downs of your present indecisions. You could spend days, months, or even years in this back and forth energy. I'll stop there because that reminds me of the Rip Van Winkle thing and how he slept for 20 years. Kind of like there's that really long pause there before he woke up and realized he had missed a whole revolution. Goes on to say, all the while feeling your focus and your life force energy draining away. This indecision creates a paralysis of will, one that can keep you stuck while you're waiting to be certain about the results of your choice. It's time to let go of the analysis and self-doubt that have been keeping you stuck. Meditate on your options and see where your spirit guides you. Consider which direction resonates with you most, both in the process and in the goal. Follow your heart and make the honoring choice. I love how what was said there really kind of redirects us right back to the very first cards that came out here in this reading. And being able to let go of the analysis and the self-doubt and let go of external validations and allowing yourself to go into this kind of lost feeling and allowing yourself the healing here that is trying to take place. And it all boils down to a choice to want to start this kind of process. I'm being guided to read the affirmation that is for this card as well. And I think I'll go ahead and put it up on the screen too, so that maybe you can take a snapshot of it or something. Screenshot. What is it? Snapshot. Take a screenshot if you would like to save it. It says, I release fear and move forward with courage and trust. I have the power to direct my own destiny, now and always. And that gave me goosebumps. Spirit bumps is what I like to call them, actually. Because this whole reading is a reminder to you from your guides to let you know that you are in control of your own destiny. And you have the power to direct it at any given moment, now and always. Like I said, not all messages are going to be rainbows and sunshine. There are real people in this collective that are going through real things that want to be tended to by their crew, by their guides. And I am so grateful that I'm able to kind of interpret the messages that need to come out for you guys. And I hope that this had helped. I was guided to go ahead and pull one crystal spirits card for you. This may be a crystal that you might want to look into getting to help you aid in this work that you are kind of embarking on here with this healing journey. But let's go ahead and see. We have the beautiful Aqua Aura Quartz, card number 6. And once again, I'm going to go ahead and pull what it says from the book. We're playing things by the book today. I kind of like that. This crystal, right out the gate, it's very appropriate for this message, for this person that this is for, I feel. The essential meaning of this crystal is connecting to infinite potential, a renewed sense of purpose, wonder, and awe. That can't be more perfect for this reading here. Your guides are amazing. And I just want to say right here that I can feel the love in the room right now with your guides coming in with this message. I just feel like a blanket of love around me. And I really hope that you can feel that here too, listening to this reading as well. And I'll read the first section of this card. The Earth is only one planet within a solar system, within a massive galaxy that itself is a mere speck within a vast universe. How awesome is it to recognize the power we all have when we choose to see ourselves as part of this incredible creation. And when we tap into the universal consciousness that continually generates love and guides us with the wisdom of the ages. There's that love I was feeling. The appearance of this crystal is a message to you to cease your cynicism and worry, and open your heart to the wonder that is your life. How unlikely we all are, and yet we are all here. Drink in the magic of life in your body on this planet, and let yourself be filled with wonderment. It's exactly what this card was all about here. Open yourself to healing in its many forms as the universal consciousness eternally creates new beginnings and generates abundance. Today is a day to appreciate the magic that is everywhere. And I'll read the last bit about this crystal, and it's titled Crystal Spirit Meditation. Aqua Aura Quartz is a clear crystal that has been treated with a specialized process, bonding finely powdered gold into its surface. The addition of the gold changes the energy of the quartz into something more and very different than the original crystal. Meditation with Aqua Aura Quartz soothes the emotions and seems to, on some level, feel sacred, bringing in a feeling of attunement to the upper realms. And I truly believe that this crystal can definitely help with this kind of energy, these emotions that are being felt here. And I also love the fact that it is blue in color with that thing at the top there within my meditation of the frog in the throat and how it kind of led me to the throat chakra as well. But that is going to conclude today's message. I thank your guides so much for coming forward and bringing this beautiful message to you at this time. I really feel as if it was needed for whomever it's for within the collective at this time. And I also thank all of you guys who allowed the space for this message to come through as well. Spirit and I truly, truly appreciate each and every one of you here within this collective on this channel. If you like the way Spirit and I do our works here, please don't forget to subscribe, to like, and to comment. Hit us up in the comments below because we love chatting with y'all. Until next time, we love you. Bye.